Hello guys, in this video we're gonna discuss how the voice of the one and only Mariah Carey has changed, because whether you like it or not, it has changed. The video is gonna be divided into two main sections. First, I'm gonna discuss what changes Mariah's voice has undergone, how her singing in years from 2010 till now is different from the way she used to sing in her prime and just early in general. What changes do I find normal and to be expected, and what's actually concerning? In the second sections, we're gonna try to find out what caused Mariah's voice to change the way it has. Before we start, I'd like to quickly say that this is not a hate video whatsoever. Even though I'm not a limb myself, I don't allow for any form of disrespecting Mariah. And on my channel, I don't participate in any hate or bashing, so that you know I don't come from a negative or a nitpicky place. Because some of you couldn't recognize a living legend even if you got hit in the face by one. Not you guys, but you know, there may be some people. Okay, without further ado, let's get into it. So, many people associate Mariah's vocal damage or deterioration with the fact that she can't really sing like this anymore. And guess what? That's not necessarily a sign of vocal damage. After 20 plus years, females' voices are expected to naturally mature and eventually lower over time. So the upper range would become less accessible, while the lower range becomes stronger and more reliable. We'll stick to Mariah's belting for a while. Let me start off by saying that to this day, Mariah can absolutely belt well, with a lot of power, clarity, and a healthy, impressive technique. Consistency may be lacking at times, but the skill is clearly there. What has definitely changed in comparison to her prime days is her approach. Mariah has become a more aggressive, chesty, pushy, heavy belter. It's often like she attacks the notes. In her prime, her belts were more balanced, rounder and lighter. Take a listen. All the notes you just heard are really good. However, it is more physically draining to belt in the way Mariah does now, and can lead to fatigue. Whether it's a style choice she likes to make, a sound that she likes to go for, or it's something that she feels like she has to do in order to reach certain notes, is unclear. We can also easily notice these moments of sudden scratchiness. That's how I describe it. It doesn't really sound like rasp or a vocal crack. me though, though, the most concerning, noticeable difference about the way Mariah sings now is the loss in overall fluidity and flexibility in her voice. Not only does Mariah sound less agile, less bouncy, and less comfortable when attempting her runs, she's also become more likely to rely on staccato instead of legato, basically meaning that she doesn't connect the notes as smoothly as she used to, even during regular phrases. This one really hits hard because Mariah used to be a very fluidity-based vocalist. Seems to be aware of that and will often simplify or slow down her riffs. With that being said, Mariah still has her moments of pure excellence when it comes to her vocal agility. What has also changed about Mariah's vocals? The quality of her vibrato and how much she uses it. 90s Mariah had a top-notch, one of my favorite ever in pop music, perfect vibrato, perfect speed, amazing control, consistent and accessible basically from the bottom to the top of her range. You Nowadays, Mariah is often hesitant with the use of vibrato, especially within her mid-range and even more in her belting range. I think the absolute best example for this is the iconic Vision of Love outro. Mariah has been slowly refraining from adding vibrato to her belts since 2000s. Her vibrato has become less stable, less even over the years. For some reason, she almost seems to be nervous when she's about to use it. She still has good moments like this.
Got to be away.
Has Mariah picked up on any bad technical habits over the years? For the most part, I don't think so. The only thing I really notice is that she sometimes tends to push and lean her jaw forward, which incorporates tension in the jaw area, leading to a more constricted sound.
It's cold outside and much too late to drive. You know I need you, baby. I'm so.
And we move on to the second section. What may have caused the changes we had discussed earlier? Well, that's a tricky question, and I don't want to come off as Mr. Know-it-all. I can't possibly tell you, yeah, that's what happened, that's why. I am not Mariah's phoniatrist or laryngologist, and you're not either. I haven't examined her vocal cords, I haven't seen them. We don't know what's the actual condition of her nodules. I also don't know what everyday choices she makes when it comes to her lifestyle. I can't tell you how much she sleeps, how much alcohol she consumes. We know for sure that she's a drinker though. What's exactly her routine before performing live, how much of a technically self-aware vocalist she really is. In general, we can assume some things, but we can't be 100% sure. We know for a fact that Mariah has had vocal nodules since her childhood. People with nodules experience hoarse, dry, scratchy, breathy texture of the voice, and they are also more susceptible to infections. Vocal nodules are more likely the reason behind moments like this. As the nodules interfere with the connection between vocal cords, and for belting you really need a strong, firm connection there. I feel like a lot of the times Mariah tries to use her voice in the way she's always been used to use it, and it just doesn't work. I imagine it has to be very frustrating when the notes don't come out as expected. About the alcohol consumption, I can't tell you if Mariah has suffered from any actual vocal damage from drinking. She honestly may have. Alcohol disrupts, disorganizes, basically damages cellular membranes. It draws water out of the cells, it leads to protein denaturation, and you know, your vocal cords are basically vocal muscles covered with tissue and mucous membrane. Alcohol can damage all these structures and make them perform and function less effectively. Basically, alcohol is a poison. Drink responsibly. Also, the last point I'd like to make is the mental aspect of singing. Excessive stress, nerves, and live singing don't get along ever. Mariah knows everyone cares about what she sounds like. There are people waiting for any fail to be like, well, there you have it, she lost her voice. She often seems stiff and tense on stage. It's like she's second guessing what she can or can't do with her voice. But we know that when she's more confident and relaxed and she takes a risk, it usually pays off. I guess that will be all for this video. No, Mariah hasn't lost her voice. Honestly, let's respect and appreciate her when she's still with us. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Till the next time. Bye guys.